So we got a lot to talk about, and none of it's bad. I will say that. I will say that much. None of it is like bad towards y'all, but it's mostly it's mostly about me because I've been uploaded within I want to say within like 2 weeks, probably. I've been uploaded. I mean, ever since Disdain. I mean, I haven't even uploaded. I mean, once in a while you gotta find, you gotta take a break, And what really stopped me from uploading is the friends that I have now. I will say that. But there is the it's just let me start from the beginning. So I was in Lizzie's server, just chatting with people, role playing with Trey and all that. Oh, you're like, yeah. I'm assuming you heard about the news. That's what I wanted to talk about. That's what I wanted to put first. Alright? So, if any of y'all are in Lizzie's server, fear that this exclusive fear. So, well, Leo, can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick about that? You have no idea how many times I have felt like I was the reason that, all those people that were close to me died. Like, you have no idea how many times I felt that way. 7. 7 times, Leo. And this one, it's just like everything was going good, and like I get news about it. And so I wasn't really like crying or anything because I mean I can't really cry anymore. But I was looking through Soul Charts' channel and he still had it up. So I'm like, okay, so let me see if I can find, if he posted anything that could have led to this. And there was one post in it that was like 3 months ago, I believe. And he said that he felt like, the videos he uploaded weren't, the kind of videos that his audience would have wanted. Like, my audience like Silly Billy a lot. I mean, you've seen me post like several videos on that, Leo. I mean, I've posted almost I want to say 10, probably 10 videos of Silly Billy just to appease them. And that's the thing about me. I don't make content just to, just to make y'all happy. Like I do it for fun. Like I'm not aiming for any goals here. I just want to be able to make the stuff I want to make and have fun doing it. I don't That's the reason why I feel like, gosh, it's cold in this room. That's one of the reasons I feel like, it could have led to his death. Like he wanted, his audience to be happy, he felt like, the content he was making wasn't, you know, you do it to make others smile. If I can, then my goal is done. Well, that's a good perspective, I will say. But There's another huge motivator that I saw in his post. Actually, let me pull it up real quick. I can actually let me share my screen with y'all so I can look up his channel. Alright, here it is. Let me see if I can find that one post. It was 3 months ago. 3 months. Of course, there were some that, stood out. Because this one. It was this one. Let's go to the comment section and I'm gonna just read this out. Alright, hold on, let me collapse this real quick. Alright. With all of you, first I want to talk about the streams that I've been trying. Unfortunately, I've not been able to do them since my PC is not powerful enough to keep the transmission minimally stable, which is a bit annoying. This part I can 100% understand because y'all know how my OBS has worked in the past. Like I know the full aspect of it. I didn't know how it worked. Once I finally got it up and running, you keep trying until you succeed. That's one part where he messed up. This next line is what really caught my attention. I had the intention of making streams to be able to chat and hang out with you. The truth, I don't have anyone to hang out with. And as in my country, the classes don't start yet. I feel a bit lonely. I used to have some friends with who I used to play with all day, but in the absence of these, I wanted to find someone to have more company. I thought of making streams, but first, I still don't master English, so it's a bit difficult to keep myself speaking English without getting stuck or saying something incoherent. On the other hand, my computer's not able to keep the stream going, even though I did my best to play from my Xbox and stream from it was simply impossible for me. I'm really sorry for promising direct and not delivering. Okay. I'm gonna stop my there so I can basically debunk this whole thing. Basically what he's saying is that he wanted to make the streams he wanted to have a target for these streams. Like his goal was to make sure that he and his audience get along, and he at least he at least has some company, around to keep him stable. I find that to be completely understandable. Don't get me wrong. I find that completely understandable. I am 100% okay with that. But when I look at the part where he says he used to have friends that he used to play with almost every day, that reminds me of 2024 in a nutshell. I used to have friends. I used to have a lot of friends that I would always play with every day. Alternate, if you did not know, yesterday one of Leo's closest friends died. It was very late at night as well. I'm just looking over what could have caused this to happen. So we have stress and not being able to deliver what was promised. Down. Yeah. Alternate. I swear, no longer friends is falling out for. Okay, yeah, fair enough. But still, I forgot about that fall that you and Soul Charts had with Dame. Well, you and Dame had with Soul Charts. I don't know which one was what. I just know you had a fallout. That's all I know. Because I left the GC pretty much after like in the middle of the fallout. But anyways, I digress. So he wasn't able to chat with. He was able to chat with people. Hang out with people. He basically didn't want to be alone. seeing how he and I were are alike in a way, I can also say that I kind of wish he kind of would have mastered English before his death, just so he could be able to tell us like why he did these things and why he, had a purpose behind it or a motive behind it. That's that's what I'm mostly confused on. Why would he do these things? But I digress again. And I don't enjoy making them anymore. I used to love the idea of making the covers playable inside of it. Fair enough. But nowadays it's not that fun anymore. I can completely agree. I usually leave it to the last minute and at the end of videos of horrible quality. Okay, I gotta stop you right there. I have to stop right there. Okay. I'll just say this right now. I never have given RBT a deadline to me. I know it's, off topic from this, but I'm just saying this right now. My perspective, I've never given RBT a single deadline. And if so, it was probably like because of school. But the main reason why I never give out deadlines is because I don't want people, I don't want to be like these YouTubers that have like K like subs or something. I don't want to be up there. This is dead. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean this is dead? Was it was it like was it his dad like he like Soul Charts wanted the videoing and his dad, like I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Is that says he has to upload? Wait. Okay, hold on. Did he have a deadline to meet? That's the question. Or he would not have access to this PC. Okay, that's where I got to draw the line. That's where I have to draw the line. Okay. Uploading once every week, I can I can see why. Because you want progress, right? All of us do. All of us do. All of us want progress. But sometimes a break is needed. A break is needed. Like you haven't seen a single video uploaded ever since the 13th episode of PCR. You haven't seen a single one aside from short. I would just I would normally upload shorts, just to fill in the gap, just so like that y'all at least get something to watch instead of just having just these videos that are of y'all. Like I want y'all to be able to have fun watching the content. I mean, I'm not looking for any I'm not looking for any attention, if you know what I mean. Like if y'all understand where I'm coming from, then I'm glad y'all do, because what I just saw is the definition of being burned out. It's just the definition of being burnt out, in my opinion, because I have never seen a single parent act like that. Now I will say, motivation is always good. It's always good. Like your parents want you to at least, upload, they want you to keep going, they want you to at least, you know, make that YouTube career of yours, a daily thing or a weekly thing. But adding a consequence to it, Like that's just harsh. That's just harsh, in my opinion. Just because I was led to believe that Soul Charts. Wait. So I'm trying to connect the dots here. Did Soul Charts actually kill himself because his PC was taken away? Leo. Leo. Uh, you don't know? Alright. Well, I'll probably have to ask Lizzie later, but this is exactly why. This is exactly why my parents. This is exactly why my parents were against Discord entirely, and I could see their viewpoint on why. Because this app, I've done my research. Yeah, and y'all have heard this many times, and I will say it again and again and again. I have found Discord to have the highest suicidal rate instead of IRL suicidal rates. Because not only are you dealing with people that can literally get your stuff, like your address, your IP, all that stuff, versus you basically finding a way to, you know, you know, call CPS. I think that'd be a little, well, I don't think they would do that much, though. Let me look up what all right. Most of the users have no feelings in Discord. They find it funny. Well, I mean, if you look at me, I mean, you feel like, I mean, you may think that I have no feelings, which is, half. I find it to be half true because, well, basically, life is just it's just taking people that I know away from me, and and in order for me to cheer up, it's replacing the happiness that I would have felt, you know, realistically, with with fake happiness, a facade. But that's besides the point. Point is that we got to do something about this. I don't know if Soul Charts is alive or dead, but if he's dead, we ain't calling CPS, Leo. We are not calling CPS if Soul Charts is dead. I'm gonna tell you in the chat who we gonna call if Soul Charts is dead. 4 letters. SWAT's worse than the police. Yeah, I know there is. I looked it up. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna have to resort to that. If Soul Charts is dead. If Soul Charts is dead, like if he actually took the knife and killed himself, we're going to have to call them. I don't know their number. I know nothing. But one of y'all are gonna have to, because y'all know me. I have my own stuff to do. You know. Normally I sit around in VCs. You know. I just wait for people to just join and just I chat with them. But this has just gone too far. Yes, Soul Charts did have that fallout with Dane. I will. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna hold you against that, Leo. I'm not. I feel like he deserved what he deserved for that fallout, but you don't know if he's changed or not. That's the real question. Do you believe he's changed? You may say no. You may say yes, but eventually, I mean, you can hop in a VC if you want with me and talk this out. There you are. I already know you're in here. Come on. Come on, Leo. Answer. Put on a jacket if it's really cold. Really, Fear? Really? Mother. Of course you would. $5 says you're busy doing something, Leo. I'm in the car, cannot stay in school. I just could have not. Hit you that hard, didn't it? Hit you that hard, didn't it? Leo, I'm so right now. It hit me that hard as well. I will say this, Soul Charts was, in my eyes, a common enemy that we both had. But this is not your fault. This isn't your fault in the slightest. None of us knew this was going to happen. None of us knew of what would happen. And if Soul Church is gone, we must pay our respects to him and move on. Alternate's got a point. I've done the same as well. He knows it as well. Alternate here knows I've done the same. He knows I've done the same to myself. Oh, that's the first time for everything. And this is one of them. You know, sometimes we feel like it's our fault when in reality it isn't. And I get it, Leo. I get it. I absolutely get it. You thought that it was something you could have prevented, but in reality you couldn't. And if you tried, it wouldn't have worked out either way. I could see why it's your fault. Or why you feel like it's your fault. It's not your fault, and it is no one else's fault in this stream. It's no one in the stream's fault at all, not even mine. But we have to learn to move on. Okay? I know it's going to be harsh, and I know it's going to be rough. Alright? It was harsh enough for me to move on from Neo. Because, well, I'll admit this. Neo's like a magnet. Let's just change the subject, alright? Let's change the subject. I feel like this is getting, a bit too emotional, but I did just the primary problem. But, anyways, secondary problem that I am willing to talk about is, well, a few of my friends that I've had to leave behind, and Alternate knows this very well because I've blocked them once. Yes, Alternate, I did block you because, well, there's actually a reason why. As of late, I have he's a magnet in a sense that I can't, escape from. You know how magnets have like those little like electromagnetic, tips that, cling to something metal. That's how it feels with him and I. He always I'm always pulled back to him because I feel bad for him. Like, I feel bad for Neo because, well, he's suffering alone. And while I don't want him to suffer alone, there's a time in our lives where we have to move on. Yes, it may hurt. And my dad's told me this as well. We are going to have to move on from things that are going to hurt. But that's just life. That's just a natural feeling and a natural occurrence that we all go through. I'm sure that everyone that knows him would want to stay with him. Now, I was doing a bit of yes, life sometimes is fucking torture. Yes, I will agree with you on that. It is fucking torture. It is literally torture, like spelled out. But it's something we must endure. Yep, exactly my point. We have to get up and move on. We have to get back up on our feet and move on. We just have to. Trust me, I know from the amount of times I tried. Alternate, I've done the same. Alternate, you know very well that I've done the same. Bet you didn't see that one coming, Leo. But I'm pretty sure I told you before. Heck, I think I even showed y'all. Well, let's y'all watch the stream. Yeah, you know it very well because you were there. You were there for it, along with Bacon, I believe. It's fucking cold in here. So, Leo, how many times have you tried? How many times have you tried, Leo? And I'm not talking about, fake scratches. I'm talking about, like, how many times have you actually tried to do it? How many times have you actually tried, Leo? Because for me, it was once. On stream. The stream deleted it, though. But, Leo, how many times have you actually tried? That's my question. Once it's answered, I'll move on to my next question. 4 times. Alright. Did you have a reason behind each of these times? Do you have a reason for each of these times? Or was it for just the same reason? Stress. Because I know that's what you go through. I've seen how you act in your servers. Guilt, the voices, tiredness, and stress. It surprises me that you tried it out of tiredness. Or deprivation, as I call it. Did you like do it in your sleep or something? Like, like, did you know you were doing it while you were asleep, or therapy has not worked for you? What voices do you hear? What voices do you hear? And whose voices do you hear? Because it leads me from one question to the next, and then to another. They're either telling me to kill myself, my own, and a few of my friends. Hmm. Do they have any specifics of these friends? Because one of the voices just sings the motherfucking script of Hamilton. What? That makes no sense at all. What about the others? Jason? Who's that? Is it one of your IRL friends? Your first? Yeah. How long has this been going on for? How long has this been going on for? How long, Leo? 3. Give me a minute. Oh my gosh. I just can't believe it. 3 years. I just can't believe it. I've never seen. Why haven't you told anyone, Leo? Why haven't you told me about in the past about this? I could have probably assisted you and, giving you advice or something. But then again, how's one supposed to give advice? I've tried to hide it. Alternate, I get what you mean, but this is serious. This is actually dead serious. Leo, you want to know where that got me? When I try to hide things, they end up being found. Apologies for that, but oh gosh. Yeah. I'll say this, but you haven't made me worried. I'm just more so confused on how you've managed to hide this from us for 3 years, and none of us knew. 3 years, Leo, and none of us knew. I'm surprised, actually, that you managed to cover this up better well, than I ever have. How many voices do you hear each night? Is it just those two, or are there more? Five in total. What do the other three tell you to do? Two sound like you, but one sounds sinister and one sounds like seductive, if you know what I mean. But what do those two tell you to do? Hmm. One angry, one calm and sad. I think I know what that means. I think I know what those two mean. You know how I have a short fuse? Yeah, the 301 said insult and tell me to KYS. Okay, fair enough. But yes, I do have a short fuse. Almost all my friends know this. But I will say it again. I am easy to anger, but let me just say this. When Tyler, yes, that was the name of the hacker friend that I had. Alternate knows him as well. When I had my, fallout with myself, Tyler was just waiting there patiently. Like, he's already went through this so many times, and I'm like, isn't he mad? Or concerned at the very least? And I ask him why, and he tells me, I expected this. You've always done this multiple times. And I'm like, so you expect this reaction from me every time? And he tells me yes. The point being is that there's a calm side to me and an angry side to me. Everyone has a devil and an angel. You just gotta pick which one you want to follow. One can lead you down the path of righteousness. One can lead you down a path of destruction. Red, new red had a feeling that this would happen. So that's the whole church thing. Okay. I feel like you should calm down for a bit, Leah. Call the sad one blue, the angry one red. So you're a combination of the two, so that explains why they would have an argument. Because blue and red, they're polar opposites of each other, Leah. We all know that. But when they mix together and create a person, and this is going to be my viewpoint. When red and blue mix together, they create someone that I see as a friend. One that has created so much content in the span of how long? How long since you started your channel? Let me see. 3 years ago. So 3 years. Well, technically, I say technically, as in like, you know. But yeah, you have nearly as much subs as I do. You have like 12 less than me. But I see a person that has developed a network of friends that know that they can rely on you for help. They can rely on you for comfort. They can rely on you for anything, Leo. And I'm one of them. When I heard about you and your corrupted Shattered Souls thing, I was interested in it. I wanted to be in it. Well, he started content 2 years ago, but he joined 3 years ago, technically. But still. I can see why. And I started 5 years ago. Do you know why I look up to you, Leo? I look up to you because you draw so many things that I can't even draw. You make videos that I can't even make. You do the impossible, Leo. And I'm proud of you for it. I'm proud of how far you've gone into your YouTube career. I'm proud of you for it. And I'm not gonna let that go. Alright? So where's the Leo that I know? The Leo that always wore a smile on their face. The Leo that always would have a fun time with me and Lizzie. Where is he? Leo, where is he? Because I know the real Leo would never give up. So I'm gonna end this stream. And I want you to think about it, alright? You can DM me your answer. But where is he, Leo?